Good morning, December 4th, 2008, MySpace Secrets with another update. Well, events are unfolding very quick, almost at warp speed. And I actually got a little bit of time this morning and watched a bit of CNBC. As still there's a lot of bottom calling going on. Legs Mason Miller and some allegedly very good analysts on the television again bottom calling the market, telling people to get in, a good time to buy. There's never been a better opportunity than now. Well, hate to say, but they're in for a very big shock coming up very soon. Especially due to the fact that Henry Paulson is still on his hands and knees in front of Congress asking and begging for more money. I mean, come on, that worked so well in the past, didn't it? For some of my Australian subscribers, we've actually chopped our rates now to a 7-year low. 7-year low, wow. Just wow. And I think they were on record saying that the global economy now is in such a big downturn in domestic demand they had to cut to 4.25%. Now, realistically, I think that's going to help out a little bit, but it's not going to end the problems here. It's not going to end the problems overseas or anywhere else for that matter. If you do remember, we were actually increasing our interest rates as the US were decreasing theirs. And I think by doing this, at some point, eventually we'll have to play catch up and either cut or increase our rates violently somewhere down the track. But that will come later on. And still as this happens and the economy sinks, the media are still giving their thoughts. And if you watch these videos, you obviously know what they are. Some absolute idiots from the Bank of Scotland a few days back were predicting a worldwide stock rebound next year, 2009. They're predicting that the S&P or the S&P 500 index might go up as much as 53 to 55%. I mean, I want to know what they're smoking because that's some heavy stuff. And no, the market is not going to turn back yet. There's still a lot of bulls in there, and the mainstream economy has not bottomed. People are using the R word now. Finally, America has gone into recession, but you should know that the US has been in recession for quite a while. The next thing, like I said, will come next year, early next year. You'll see the full effects start to kick in, will be the depression. It's coming, and it will come on thick and hard next year. Also, here's a little interesting fact for you from New York Routers. The defaults on privately insured US mortgages this year has risen 35% in October alone. And it's actually topped 80,000 for the first time as a troubled economy and homeowners fail to pay their mortgage payments. You can sit there all day, you can blame the people, you can blame the rich bankers on Wall Street, but this is actually a planned collapse of the US system. It's going to plan. In fact, in 2007 I actually had a calendar of events, and I must tell you, it's scary the way it's playing out, and a lot quicker than what I first initially thought. In fact, no, let's go over and have a look. I'll go and show you a list of things that I was given, and please note that these things are not in specific order. And now here is a list that I was actually given quite a while back, and it's very, very important and very, very interesting. I've been actually keeping an eye on this for about the last 2 years, but you'll have a look here. Number 1 here, the provocation of countries by a US official to engage in combat situation in such as North Asia, Russia or Iran. We've already seen that Georgia sort of combat there, so that's already sort of starting to happen. An upcoming attack there, number 2, on the Iranian soil by US and or allies. That's another one that looks very likely but hasn't really happened yet. Number 3, intense repercussions on the USA in the next 24 months for military actions and implosion of the US economy. That hasn't happened yet, but you're sort of starting to see that come to light. Probably further on into 2009, 2010. That will be very interesting to follow that prediction there. Number 4, the IMF plans to indiscreetly and overtly intervene in the US financial matters by use of Federal Reserve jurisdictions. That is in the process of happening right now. Number 5 is a very interesting one. Out of all the 5 or 6 predictions here, that's probably the most interesting. The coming collapse of some currencies, but mainly the US dollar. These big manipulated rallies up, these short coverings on market, but eventually, yes, the US dollar will collapse. And the last one there, number 6, the stock market and Wall Street will break down to unbelievable and incredible lows. That is also in the process of happening. You had these media and broadcast analysts that were saying the bottom was set in at Dow 10,000. Now we actually went down in November to the low 7,000s. As you see, this list here is slowly coming to fruition. Some things are happening, some things haven't happened, some things have already to pass. Now, I know some of this stuff might become new and not so apparent to some of you. It may seem scary, but if you act smart and help one another and seek the truth, you will be fine. We are now in December. The markets are very jittery. There's big ups, there's big downs, but as far as the economy and holidays are concerned, I do feel that if you have the money, get it done quickly. If another disaster hits, you need to be prepared. And gas will eventually go up again, and the economy will further crash. I like the ideas posted a few days ago on this blog about what people were doing to help them through this rough patch. I think a good lesson that comes out of this and the next coming few years is that we must stop getting so hung up on spending and materialistic things. Greed is what set this market up to crash in the first place. But too many of us, including myself, we've charged up credit cards for items we don't really need. We've indulged. A lot of companies out there have become greedy and have made decisions based on increasing profit and executive bonuses and so on. When you have a naughty or a greedy spoiled child, what is the way to point this out to them? The first thing you do is you take something away that they love. In the coming Great Depression that you will see over in America and for a lot of the other countries, you're going to see soup lines. You're going to see people that have no choice but to move in with their friends and family. You might be one of these people. There's going to be heaps of joblessness. People are going to be forced to help each other. It's going to be extremely important for you in the next couple of months to learn to budget and to pay off your debts. If you have to work several jobs to make ends meet, I think that's just a necessity. There's a lot of people that tell me I'm fearful about what's going to happen. Fear is not going to get you anywhere. Preparedness is the key. And I really do feel that in 2009, from the start of 2009, it's going to be the point that makes or breaks you. And a lot of people are going to get broken. So I do urge you to reach out and to help others out there that are in need. If you know someone is struggling, ask what you can do to help them. If you know someone who needs just a meal or a minor repair done, a tank of gas or a ride somewhere, look at what you can do to help your neighbor or your friends. 2009 is going to be a very difficult year for a lot of people. Get ready to give up things that you can't live without, like your cable TV, your cell phones, your fancy car, your name brand clothes. It's a crisis now, it's here, and there's no turning back. And like I said, be cautious this holiday season. Avoid overspending, make gifts where you can, and don't hesitate to take on extra work if you physically can. Stock up on extra food if you can and water. A lot of people realize that if something happens, you can't just go down and get money out of the bank if there's no power. I'm predicting that this winter is going to be a terrible one with lots of ice storms, power outages and such. So if you can get items you need right now, you have little time left. Okay, enough from me now. I want to thank you for everyone's kind words from all over the parts of the world. Thank you very much. Today I'd like you to add your comments below and let others know what you're doing to help prepare for the next coming year. Enjoy, stay on your toes, we'll talk soon and have a great day. Bye.